Hi friends, MD Vegan. Hey, ice cream day again. I was always so excited when I was a little boy and at school. I remember running out of school and the Iceman was there. And I was always excited about one specific flavor. We all had our different flavors. One liked vanilla, one liked chocolate. Of course, there are the favorites. I always liked lemon ice, is it? There was always lemon ice and I loved the lemon ice cream. But it is different. Now I have a new flavor every time I make a recipe. Sometimes it's very special. Today I make a very special flavor, new to me, but it's so exciting. I tried yesterday night, I was really amazed. I have to make a video about that. Cherry ice, cherries, frozen cherries, with hazelnuts to begin with. You know, the cherries and the hazelnuts are such an amazing flavor together, on the base of banana, of course. Really, I was really stunned. Usually I recently made these ice creams with bananas using almond meal. I broke down the almonds in a blender and then I added the almond meal to the ice cream. Amazing. The almond has this vanilla-like flavor. It's perfect together with blueberries, for example. Recently the other ice, or well, other flavors. But this year I thought, well, cherries, let's try with hazelnuts. Somehow that seems to resonate more. Hazelnut and cherry, yeah? Almond and blueberry, hazelnut and cherry. And it turns out really amazing. I show you right away. First I have to, of course, blend my hazelnuts into a meal. Yeah? Here, hazelnuts, a handful or half a cup. Just in the blender. The blender has to be dry. Make sure that it's dry, otherwise you don't have a meal. And you can't make the ice cream here together with the almond meal, or because that would be too much for the blender. You fill it with here up to here, and at a certain time these kind of blenders are overwhelmed and they're not strong enough. The mechanic that are destroyed over time. So you have to be very careful with these power blenders. They are made for juices and for smoothies and these kind of things in the first place. So for the ice cream I prefer with a big quantity of solid mess. I prepare the food processor. And for many other reasons. So now blender dance for hazelnuts. That's all we need to do here. Yeah, there are some, of course, some crunchy pieces of the hazelnut. You see, it's all over, but it doesn't matter. It's okay. It's enough. I've tried it many times. I was surprised. It works so nicely. Now I have to act a little bit swiftly because otherwise my fruit will fall and then it's not ice cream anymore. S-blade is what I need in my food processor here. Bananas here, still frozen, very important, have to be frozen. And the deeper you freeze them, the longer you have to wait until you use them in the food processor. You have a deep freezing freezer with different degrees of temperatures. Mine goes pretty much low now. I have a new one. That's super big, new. I mean, I like my freezer. Then you have to wait a little bit, otherwise it takes too long to process them. But you wait too long, it's not an ice cream anymore, of course, obviously. But you find the way if you do it sometimes. And I tell you, if you do these ice creams, you get used to them. You're a professional pretty soon. Within 10 minutes I have an ice cream and to enjoy like a breakfast, for example. You have the fruit and the nuts. That's really a wow. And here are the frozen cherries. I always have frozen fruit now, like cherries, raspberries, strawberries, blueberries, and what you name it, in the freezer. They are so inexpensive and super healthy. They are full of loaded of nutrients, yeah, especially the berries. It's an amazing thing. I always have that now. I have to get new ones. I'm running out of it because the ice cream is really my favorite food now. Really, it's so super. You turn into a fruitarian almost with these ice creams. Of course, I have my green salads, but wow, it's so nice. And now the thing is, you know, with the blueberry, for example, I used lemon to balance, to enhance the blueberry flavor. Yeah, but this is just a cherry. The frozen cherries are usually sour cherries, and that's super delicious. But you don't put more lemon juice into that. They are already sour. So what I do is I put agave nectar in there, That's usually to use to balance the lemon, to enhance the flavor of the fruit, especially the frozen fruit that I like a little bit balancing, by lemon and sour and sweet. I use agave nectar. You could also use date mousse to balance the sour. And at the same time, it brings out the flavor of these fruit even better. Sour and sweet is an amazing way to enhance flavors. Certain flavors, of course. And then here, adding to the wonderful combination of cherries and hazelnuts, they come in later, I put cinnamon in there. That was the hidden secret to me. I tried it yesterday. I was a little bit clueless. What can I put in there? Oh, cinnamon. Yeah, hazelnuts, cherries, cinnamon with sweetness and bananas. Oh, that's perfect. And I tried it, and it was perfect. I will show you in a moment. Now I put the hazelnut flour into it. I use my scraper here to get the hazelnut flour out. That's easy. Yeah? You need a little tool here to scrape it down the sides, and then you would just put it in. And there's some, as I said, there are some nuts, some chunks of the nuts, and that's really nice to have a little bit of crunch in the ice cream. Yeah, that's very nice. Don't be afraid to do that. And the thing that was so outstanding, so extraordinary for me when I made this first time, the thing with the almond flour here. This is a hazelnut flour. The amazing thing was that I was surprised that the ice cream was not coarse or so. It really turns into the creaminess we want from a creamy ice cream. Yeah. The creaminess really comes from this nut flour, and there's no coarseness in there, as you would expect maybe when you put nuts into a juice or in a smoothie. So sometimes it turns out to be a little bit coarse. Yeah, you have to filter the nut milk. But no, the banana, the high fiber content of the banana, that's my explanation, makes it possible to put a certain amount of whole nuts into the bananas and still creaminess. And that was one of my big findings, really. It sounds so easy, but it is a game changer for many things. You don't need to filter the nut milk anymore to get this nice smooth texture. You can put the nuts directly into the bananas, and it's same because of the fiber of the bananas. So super. You gotta try it if you don't have it already. So, blender bends for ice cream. Looks nice. I still watch it in the end because I'm going to make sure it is not too thin and not too thick, not too many chunks of the frozen cherries or so here. Sometimes if we go too fast, yeah, then you have these chunks of the fruit in the ice cream. It's not a tragedy, but but it's nicer when all the fruit are really processed. And that seems to be the case in here. Very nice. I'll show you what I do, what I have here. The glass to serve it, the ice ball maker. And it's always a nice thing if you have ice ball makers, you can pretty much determine if the ice cream has the perfect texture, because you can make these huge, these beautiful ice balls that are so appealing, and then you know the texture is perfect, and the balls are perfect, and they look just perfect. And a little bit creamy already, not too cold, because you make it too cold, and then of course you don't taste the flavor anymore. Yeah, the ice cream can't be too cold, otherwise you don't taste anything. But this is perfect. If it's too cold, you just wait a minute. Doesn't matter. You put the ice cream in there anyway, and wait a second before you eat it. You enjoy a minute later. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. This is an amazing. Oh, I have to taste it. I have to show you what it tastes like. Oh, to kneel down before, really. Amazing. Try it. Try and tell me how you like it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. You will enjoy the ice cream more than the video, I guess. And if you like the video and subscribe and be vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day. Yes. And find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.